prepared for technical difficulties. It was not prepared for technical difficulties of a locked front door, though. So anyhow, Bitcoin or bust. There's actually some people in this room who haven't heard of Bitcoin, and it shocks me, just because it's so in the news, and I've known about it for years. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to tell you some of the basics without getting technical, because I just don't have time for a technical presentation. So, Bill Gates has referred to Bitcoin as a technological tour de force. It means it's unstoppable. So, if you don't have confidence in something like a cryptocurrency, I've got some quotes here from some people that are smarter than me that are part of why I think I've got confidence in it. Our light is green already. I just want to point that out.
When reset.
In 2010, I was at an event downtown Colorado Springs for Peak Startup. And it was a bunch of presenters talking about their businesses to potential investors. The meeting wrapped up, and the MC asked if there were any announcements. And a guy stood up and went on this 5-minute rant about Bitcoin. And I'd never heard of it. The guy was talking about how you can mine Bitcoin and you use a computer for this and that. And it's the future of money, and you're all fools if you don't get involved. The guy sounded like a raving lunatic. At that time, Bitcoin was selling for less than 40 cents. What if, instead of thinking this guy was a lunatic, I said, maybe there's something to this. And I put $1,000 in at 39 cents. That 39 cents, or $1,000, would be worth $5 million today. Less than, well, just over 7 years later. Anybody getting that kind of return on your stock portfolio, real estate, your baseball card collection? $5 million. Milton Friedman, Nobel Prize winning economist, forecast that something like Bitcoin would come about as the internet was starting to mature. So what is Bitcoin? It's the first decentralized digital currency. And you think, well, that's kind of vague and it's a mouthful. It's another form of money. So Bitcoin is not a company, it's not a stock, it's a currency. So what is money, really? Historically, humans have used all sorts of things in commerce. Seashells, salt, precious metals. Now up until 1970, US dollars were backed by gold. And then they were backed by silver. And now it's called fiat money. Do you guys know what fiat means? Fiat pretty much means, it's Latin for as it is, which means we have all agreed that even though our money isn't backed by anything, that it has value. And we continue to buy and sell with money that isn't based in gold, silver, or anything other than our faith in the system. And it's centralized. One of the things that's different about Bitcoin is it's not run by a company or a government who's manipulating it for their own benefits. It is completely agnostic, based on a computer algorithm. So before I get too technical about what the blockchain is, that's a whole other presentation. As far as the history of Bitcoin. 7 cents, August 16th of 2010. Satoshi Nakamoto is a pen name for somebody who wrote a white paper on what an internet-based digital currency would look like and how it would work. It's not a real person, that name anyway, it's a pseudonym, but he got together online anonymously with some other people and actually built the first blockchain for Bitcoin. It was first available on the exchange, An Exchange, in 2010. Its highest value in 2010 was 39 cents, and as of December 17th of this year, it got to $19,206. So where can you spend Bitcoin? It's a currency, right? Well, right now there's 11,404 places, mostly in Europe and the east coast of the US. But if you want to think of some other places that you could spend, you might know some of these names. Overstock.com, Subway, Microsoft. Lots of places. I did not list all 11,404 places here. But there are places in Colorado Springs where you can pay for food, you know, at a restaurant. There's an ATM in Castle Rock where you can put dollars in and get Bitcoin out. Bitcoin is not tangible money, but Richard Branson. He believes in its potential and its capacity to transform global payments. So the past year of Bitcoin, January 3rd, 365 days ago, it was at $1,051. As I said, it hit a high of 19,000, but today it's at 15,079. A gain of 1,333%. So, is it too late? Did you miss the Bitcoin bus? I don't think so. I'm still buying. If you know the name John McAfee, McAfee Antivirus, he's one of our local lunatics. The guy's brilliant, but he's nuts. But he has forecast Bitcoin will hit $1 million by the end of 2020, less than 36 months from now. So if that's true, it's cheap at 15,000. What's in your virtual wallet?